Very good morning to everybody. Hope we're all doing good this Thursday. Another beautiful, clear day here at Luton. So we didn't manage to get to Heathrow, but we're covering Luton again this morning. And we're out nice and early for a shortish show through till about 10 o'clock. Because we've got something planned for later on around tea time. I'm not going to give any details away during today's show, but keep those notifications on, and hopefully if it all comes off we'll have something a bit special later for a second show. So early doors then, going to have some feedback from those that are with us from the outset. Audio, video, are we good, bad, indifferent? And of course kicking off today was Air Flight 5453, that was off to Kazichi. EasyJet next to go. Super busy already here at Luton. That EasyJet was heading to Reykjavik. And on your screens now, Ryanair 737 MAX 8. This one heading off to Malta. Terry the artist, as ever the early bird. Hope you're well, Terry. Nice to be back here at Luton, checking out all the early action. We should have a couple of DHL movements today, one in, one out, before we finish at 10. So fingers crossed that is the case and we get to catch them. The beginnings of a nice sunrise started to take shape. As we focus on the Wizz Air A321neo. This one heading off to Debrecen. On your screens now, Wizz Air flight 5455, this one off to Bratislava, another A321neo. And I can see over to our right, the first arrival of today's show. At least it looks that way. Nothing on radar, but there's some nice bright what appear to be landing lights lining up for the runway here at Luton. Lots of activity over at the terminal. All these early departures ready in to taxi and take off. Yeah, Terry, I've got no doubt you'll get some stunners today. As I arrived in complete darkness, you could see the million stars out, so yeah, no discernible cloud today. There we go, a little corporate jet, first arrival of today's show. As I said, nothing on radar for me, so no idea what it is, who it belongs to, where it's come from. Secret squirrel. Pretty slick in the early morning. Nice smooth touchdown. No wind here today that I can pick up. Super still, super clear. Not even particularly cold today, which is nice. First Jet 2 of today's show. Always nice to see Jet 2 here at Luton, especially in that Jet 2 Holidays livery. This one, A321neo, is off to Alicante. And the Wizz Air we just saw departing off to Pristina. Lots of 321neo action at the moment.
Runway 29, Jelly 4, Hotel Whiskey.
Awesome Jet 2 departure. Our latest Wizz Air is off to Skopje, and again an A321neo. This one just 3 years old, flight number 4702. Aviation Andy, checking in from Malaga, lovely. Hope you're well. Information on that corporate that we saw come in, thank you. Dogwood, very good morning to you, or good evening should I say for you. Hope you're well. Alex checking in from South America, 3:17 in the morning. Excellent commitment to watching aviation. You're very welcome to join us this morning. On our way into the clear morning sky here at Luton. It's looking pretty busy over there at the terminal. That will change in a hurry. Buck Snort, excellent username. Very good morning to you. Hope you're well this Thursday morning. Just have a little look at how that sunrise is getting on. Oh yeah, beautiful colours already. Love to see it on our shows. Oh, Aviation Andy. I'll wake up in a minute, honestly. I wish I was in Malaga also, but I can't grumble. Off to Dubai next week, so get that tan topped up. So now that we've got things underway properly this morning, a few straight off the bat. Unusually to have anything coming in before 7 really, so that corporate was a bit of a surprise. Get those likes in nice and early, get the YouTube algorithm going, and see if we can invite a few more people to today's show. And whilst we're waiting for the next movements here at Luton, I want to say a big shout out, as I always do when we come here, to the people working hard in the tower. Not sure what shifts they're on, or if they're coming to the end of a night shift or have just started the day shift, but super busy here early in the mornings, and they do a great job controlling stuff on the runway, liaising with radar locally, and of course the ground movements between the terminal gates. Awesome job they do. Wish I had the aptitude to do it, but not likely. Aviation Andy, you're very welcome, no problem whatsoever. It's, yeah, it's become quite a popular show each week for us here at Heathrow Live. Obviously the name gives it away that Heathrow is our main focus, but it's really nice to have been able to add Luton to our weekly shows. And as I said at the top of the show here, for those that missed it, we are looking to do something a little special, a little different later on at tea time today, so stay tuned for that. No more clues than that. Mainly because I'm not sure that I'm going to have to pull it off, but we'll see. Also, honourable mention to Liam's buddy. I saw in the chat before we went live a milestone for membership, for the VIP lounge membership for Liam's buddy. So thank you for your continued support, Liam. Looks like might be getting the old antifreeze out, one of the aircraft over there at the remote gate. Definitely isn't particularly cold, obviously it will be rapidly decreasing temperatures as the planes climb out, but yeah, I think +6 today. No wind chill to take into account because it's a still morning. EasyJet with the nav lights on will be heading off to Amsterdam. We saw this on our last show, didn't we, where we had an Amsterdam outbound sat there for a very long time. So the little Citation XLS Plus will be heading off to Hamburg. That is operated by Luminaire. almost disappearing on us there, that dipped taxiway. Nice quick taxi for this one. You can see there the windsock looking particularly limp this morning. The gentlest of breezes. Awesome smoky departure from the Citation off to Hamburg. It's getting light amazingly quick here at Luton this morning on account of no cloud. Sun will be poking its head up over the trees to my right imminently, no doubt, as we watch the Amsterdam outbound A320neo taxi in for departure. Should be in for a treat this morning once the arrivals start coming in with the sun up. Those backlit silhouetted arrivals. Fiki Channels, if I've pronounced that right. A very good morning to you. Checking in with us from Torrevieja. A very good morning to you. Yeah, we do get the odd smattering of Ryanair. Nothing like the volume you see down the road at Stansted, but enough to keep us interested. The main aircraft here, as we've already seen to a large extent today, Wizz Air, EasyJet. Of course, there's a big corporate presence here. Both Harrods and Signature have arrivals and departures each and every day. There's a cargo hub at the back that DHL mostly deal with. We're looking for a couple of DHL movements today, during today's show. And then, of course, Ryanair, Jet2, TUI also operate out of here, limited capacity. Yeah, not a fan of the rain myself either. So we've done well to dodge it the last few shows, including today. It's going to be absolutely glorious today. Hopefully it lasts through to the evening for what we have planned later on. Another aircraft on arrival, which is why the Amsterdam outbound EasyJet is holding short. No information on the inbound. Taxiing past the tower and the multi-storey car parks. Jet2 in the jet2.com silver and red livery. First one I've seen here at Luton. Nice to catch her. Funky little number touching down as we spin round to catch the Jet2. This one's off to Tenerife, another A321neo. I think this is the first Jet2 A321 in this livery that I've ever seen, so nice to catch it this morning. left-hand bank, and away she goes. Good looking jet. Aviation Andy, thank you for the information on that last corporate. Another Alicante departure, this one EasyJet flight 2313. Sunil Kapoor, very good morning. Watching us from Delhi. Awesome. Always great to know where people are in the world when they tune in to our live shows. So as we await this latest departure, full length takeoff, I want to say a big thank you to all our new VIP lounge members. Lots of members joining in the last couple of weeks. Great to have you on board with us. Enjoy those emojis. And of course the first looks at some of our videos. If you're interested in the VIP lounge membership, there is a link in the pinned comment in the live chat. And of course you also get your name in the scroll along the bottom every now and then. Oh, and as I mentioned, the VIP lounge, Fiki Shanners, join in the lounge. It's great to have you on board with us. Big thumbs up for you. Great support. Thank you. This 320 in no hurry to get going. Awesome colours in the sky early morning here at Luton. So having pushed back from the remote stand in front of the car park there, this EasyJet will be heading off to Madrid. Flight number 2305. And having a quick look at radar, the raft of arrivals in a big gaggle just completed their journey across the English Channel, entering the UK mainland. There'll be plenty of action on the arrivals front in the next hour or so. Aviation, Andy, yeah, it's they're quite something, aren't they? These private jets, power to spare, luxury beyond luxury. Awesome. We were talking about it in a recent show actually, about how some of the charter options out there can actually work out cheaper than business class on a commercial airline, depending on the route and how busy they can get their plane. If they can fill up a 16-seater, then you could well be looking at less than business class money. So another EasyJet making its way out from gate in the background. That one, a little A319, that'll be heading down to Jersey. And the Wizz Air here, an A321neo, will be departing for Tallinn. So as it stands, we've got the Wizz Air #1 to depart, followed by a triple EasyJet. What's great about doing these early shows here is when you start off, as we saw earlier on, every gate pretty much taken with an aircraft that's been on stand overnight, and then they one by one disappear out, and normally around 8:30ish. We look across at the terminal and there's next to nothing there. Of course, for these low-cost airlines, being on the ground isn't making any money, so they want to keep them moving between destinations. Oh, what an awesome sight. Off into the sunrise here in rural Bedfordshire. Some nice splashes on rotation there as well from the Wizz Air. Big shout out to Dogwood67, gifting 5 LHRLive VIP lounge memberships. Super generous, Dogwood, thank you so much. Madrid is the destination for this EasyJet A320neo, flight number 2305. Turning off for departure then and heading to Catania. This is EasyJet flight 2481. Lizzie, very good morning to you. Hope you're well. We've lucked out again here at Luton. Beautiful conditions.
Good morning. Information Papa is current, sir. There is no delay, no speed. No delay, speed is not
And this is the Jersey outbound. A319-100. Darminder's in the house, checking in from India. Very good morning to you, Darminder. Enjoying the sunrise. Yep, sun just about to peek over the trees to my right. We'll get a nice shot of that after this latest departure. we go. The signature sunrise shot from us here at Heathrow Live. Doesn't that just look stunning? So the first of what will be many arrivals in the next few minutes, in from Timisoara on an A320neo Wizz Air flight 3501, that one 9 minutes out. As we see yet more EasyJet action. Those remote stands clearing out in a hurry this morning, aren't they? So the EasyJet that's just pushed back in front of the tower will be heading off to Malaga, where Andy Aviation wishes he was this morning. And behind her, over by the fire station, EasyJet 2325 off to Barcelona. Alice Mabel, very good morning. Checking into our VIP lounge. Thank you for your support, Alice. Big thumbs up for you. Appreciate the support. Stephen Fuller, good morning. Stephen Fuller, yeah, we're going to do Heathrow above anything else next week because there'll be no weekend shows next week because we'll be away. So, yeah, during the week, we'll make a big push to get one, maybe two Heathrow shows in. No Luton next week. Terry Slater, very good morning to you. Enjoying today's autumn sunrise. Indeed, it's absolutely beautiful out here. JP Mac, very good morning to you. Channel recommended by Sean from Sky Squad. That's very kind of him, isn't it? If you haven't seen Sky Squad TV streams, he's been down under for a number of years, but has just come back to the UK. Great stream from Stansted last week. Go check him out. Yes, plenty EasyJet here. No doubt. Yeah, here at Heathrow Live, we come for the planes, but we appreciate the sunrises and the sunsets. Does anyone in the chat know why these jets with the bucket reversers have them deployed on taxi when they're going out? We saw one the other day. Tucked it away now, hasn't he? But there was one open. None of these corporate movements are popping up on flight radar for me. So feel free to put information about this departure in the chat if you can see it where you are. That is one good looking jet, isn't it? Nice big oversized windows. What a cracking private jet departure that was. Tim Aspara inbound Wizz Air on the horizon now to our right. Everything departure wise holding for this arrival. This one, an A320neo, 5 years old. We've got a flight time of 2 hours and 45 minutes and counting. Alice Mabel, thank you again. Not least because you're on the other side of the world choosing to join us. Magnificent. David Hardy, very good morning to you. Hope you're well. Paul's Hijinks, welcome back. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, these corporate passengers don't like anyone to know where they're going. That is for sure. I see it all the time. See our next arrival about to turn on in the background.
Descent 6000 feet 1006 with Mata 2 Victor Bravo.
Lovely, noisy arrival. Malaga outbound EasyJet then, next to go.
Good morning, Swiss Air 438, temperature 110 inbound, speed 220,
Absolutely awesome morning action here. The sun is now fully up, so we're getting those lovely backlit aircraft as the sun is off to our right. Nice long shadows as you get at this time of year. And EasyJet on screen, heading off to Barcelona. About to touch down now from Craiova on an A320-200 Wizz Air flight 3751. Squeaky brakes on the ghosty Wizz Air. We haven't had a ghosty on the show for a long time. The fully painted Wizz Air on your screens now is an A321neo, flight number 5002, off to Tirana. It'll be one in, one out for Wizz Air on approach from Cluj on an A320-200. Wizz Air flight 3301, 3 minutes out. And there she is, the Wizz Air arrival out there in the distance. Waking up all of rural leafy Hertfordshire on the way. Hazel Kitching, very good morning to you. Grumpy, good day. Hope you're well. Great to have so many of you with us for our Thursday morning somewhat impromptu show. As I said a couple of times already, we are looking to do something. If it comes off, it will be a bit special later on, tea time. So make sure you've got your notifications switched on. The reason I'm not talking about it in any great detail is because I'm not at all sure that we can pull it off, but there is a plan in place for a second show later on this evening. Fingers crossed. Ali checking in from New Zealand, another one from down under. Very good morning to you. SE Aviation, morning. The Ryanair on your screens now. We'll be heading off to Naples. It's a 737 MAX 8, flight number 5455. Awesome. One of only 2 aircraft to go long enough to hit that wet patch at the end of the runway. Next arrival, about to touch down from Sofia, Wizz Air Flight 4301. Lots of other aircraft action in the background, another one lining up for arrival, and it looks like that's a Stansted departure disappearing off to the top of the screen. So next arrival will be inbound from Gdansk on an A321neo, Wizz Air Flight 1601. Before that, we've got an EasyJet lining up. This one, an A320neo, off to Porto. alternating between arrivals and departures while they feed all these overnight arrivals in with the remainder of the outbounds. I think about half of the jets that were here when we opened up the show have already departed. Lots of empty gates starting to show. This is EasyJet 2555 off to Antalya. Oh, they're finding all the warm places to go to, aren't they, this morning? EasyJet number 2 will be off to Fuerteventura. Chinook, very good evening to you. Hope your week's going well so far. Off to the Canaries then for this EasyJet. Next arrival just 2 minutes out, Wizz Air flight 2001 inbound from Krakow.
8571, turn right, heading 225, straight after approaching way 25. Right, there is better.
See from the shot of this one coming in, there are at least two more in the stack to come through. The first of those in from Warsaw on an A321neo, Wizz Air flight 1301. Out to touchdown. And number 2 to land, another Wizz Air 321neo in from Katowice. Gotta love this morning rush here at Luton. Never disappoints. Plenty of movements in and out. So we're watching the Katowice inbound, about to touch down here on Luton's single runway. It's an A321neo. Nice short flight, 2 hours and 18 minutes. very often see a queue taxiing inbound, do you? They're all waiting for the neo-liveried EasyJet, which is now hurrying along to catch the back of the queue for departures. Number 1 to depart is another neo-liveried EasyJet. This is flight number 2435 off to Paris Charles de Gaulle, A320neo. Christchurch Airport Planes Live. Checking out today's stream from onboard an Emirates. That's impressive, isn't it? Watch where you can. Good effort. Another one heading off to the Canary Islands. This one, EasyJet 2303, will be departing for Tenerife.
code Miami 132.555, goodbye.
And finally, we have a departure to somewhere that's probably no warmer than we are here. This one's off to Belfast. A320 with the Neo livery, flight 2629. Nice short hop over to Belfast for this one. Wizz Air number 2 to depart, that'll be off to Tel Aviv. And our next inbound, also Wizz Air, inbound from Budapest, flight time of 2 hours 25 minutes for the A321neo, and that is 3 minutes out.
Take off 25, but
Awesome, and you can just make out below that departure the Belfast bit that went before it, making that hard right.
Cisco 70, contact looking control 118, 1825, goodbye. 11825, Cisco 70.
Awesome amount of noise, reversers deployed, beautiful, an absolute racket. That's the life in it, business class on Emirates, can't be bad. We'll be flying Emirates next week, but in coach. Still a great aircraft to fly on, the A380, which is what we'll be on next Sunday. Christchurch Airport planes live. Yeah, I know, Sean, we've had quite a few good chats, and I watched his stream from Stansted just the other day. Thoroughly nice chap. Mark Abraham, very good morning to you. Yeah, we do try to match our live shows to favourable weather, mainly because I'm a wuss. Even on taxi, that's a noisy one. You can see there how things have emptied out a bit. Lots of early action here at Heathrow, Luton. I'll wake up in a minute, won't I? That doesn't bode well, does it, if I'm going to be doing potentially another show later on today. I definitely need to go and get some kip between the two. What a great scene. Definitely favourable conditions here this morning as we await the next action here at Luton. While we've got that little lull, I'm going to grab something to eat. Back in a mo. Okay, and I'm back, refreshed. A little bit of breakfast during the little lull we've got here. Mr. Vernon 50 checking us out from sunny Hitchin. Yeah, it is a really nice morning locally. Hitchin not very far away from here at all. And kind of on the flight path for arrivals. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you these streams, so there's no need to thank us. Just tune in, enjoy, and get your aviation fix. Hayden Alexander, very good morning to you. We're at Luton Airport, which is northeast of Heathrow. See if we get some decent spray action from the fire crews doing some testing in front of the car parks there. So, just off screen to the left, our latest departure, pushing back from the stand. There we go. Nice spray action, amazing the reach, the pressure that water must be under. Absolutely unreal. So the EasyJet that's just pushed back will be heading off to Lyon. That's an A319, flight number 2431. That is just off camera to our left. And around the back of the terminal, out of sight, we have Ryanair flight 8142. That's a 737-800. That will be departing for Knock. And another EasyJet A319, readying itself for departure to Basel. Hayden, another one from down under Auckland, New Zealand. Thank you for choosing to join us on the other side of the world for a lovely sunrise show here at Luton. Mark, that's pretty cool. Mark's son-in-law was on the EasyJet to Porto that we caught earlier on in today's show. And keeping it in the family. Daughter, cabin crew with EasyJet as well. Brilliant. Hope she's enjoying her career in cabin crew work, flying on the airlines. I did speak to an EasyJet cabin crew lady some time ago actually, but she was off to do a run from here to Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt. And naive me said, oh, that's nice, do you get a nice little layover? She was like, no chance. It's a 14-hour shift. We don't even get off the plane in Egypt. We just ready it for the next lot coming back. So not as glamorous as some might think. Few people now braving the chilly conditions here at the spotting area, the crash gate, Dane Street, very popular viewing area, mainly because you can bring your car up. Lots of people spot from the car parks that we can see on screen at the moment, but not particularly easy to get to. And you certainly wouldn't want to take your car up there for the day because you'd be looking at the thick end of £100 parking. So we should see our EasyJet Lyon departure coming into shot from the left imminently as the fire crews finish their test for the morning. Aha, Sean, Sky Squad TV, your ears must have been burning. Plenty of people asking after you, asking if I know you. Welcome along, Sean. Mike Wild, good morning to you. Great to have you with us this morning for this beautiful sunrise show from Luton. Mark Abram, yeah, that's where the money's really made, isn't it? At airports is the parking, for sure. £7 for 2 minutes, ouch. Rather rapid taxi from the Ryanair. When I last looked at it, it was over by the car parks. No messing. JP Mac, yeah, these, I don't know what's going on with YouTube and usernames. So the Ryanair about to depart for Knock, 737-800. A little bit of smoky engine action from the Ryanair as it banks left to avoid the town. A couple more EasyJets yet to depart. Over by the car park, pushing back off to Basel. EasyJet 2659, that's an A319. In the background, just turned from the back of the terminal there, heading off to Aberdeen on an A320neo, EasyJet flight 2617. And that one centre screen will be heading off to Faro. Plenty of EasyJet action. In fact, once this one's gone, that's the whole of the remote stands in front of the car parks cleared. They were completely full when we got here this morning. Our next arrival, a very short flight, coming in from Liverpool with a flight time of 35 minutes so far. Operated by NetJets, Cessna Citation Latitude. That one 2 minutes out. What a beautiful airport Luton really is. All that rolling hillside, lots of green, very rural setting. Birds chirping in the background, I can hear a sheep somewhere behind me. It's not quite as rural as our location for Gatwick, but definitely not as crazy built up as the likes of Heathrow. Mixing up with the EasyJet boys, this is Wizz Air flight 5303 off to Oman. It's an A321neo. The NetJets citation is just turning on to finals. May well get in before this whiz goes.
Forward kilo, turn left heading 090 degrees. Left heading 090 degrees with 0 miles up forward. 30 Hotel Whiskey, turn right heading 225, clear direct runway 25. Into the side, so now I'm coming to the side,
This was the polar opposite of the Ryanair we saw taxiing a few minutes ago.
Hotel Whiskey, speed 165 knots until 5 miles. 6 miles to Hotel Whiskey.
So Wizz Air number 1 to depart. Number 2 is the EasyJet off to Faro. Both holding for the inbound.
Hotel Whiskey, contact tower, full sign only, 132.1555, goodbye. 132.995, Football Whiskey Kilo, 15 miles, turn right heading 170 degrees, descend from 3,000 feet. Right heading 170 degrees, 70 altitude, 3,000 feet with 0 miles for Whiskey Kilo.
You can see number 2 to land has just turned on as well. That one's an EasyJet in from Glasgow. Wow, that was super quiet. So the Wizz Air squeezing out before the EasyJet arrival from Glasgow. This Wizz off to Amman. Another nice corporate jet taxiing out for departure.
Swiftwater 4 Whiskey Kilo, speed 165 knots until 5 miles.
Daz Boz, another local, watching from Aussie. Very good morning to you, enjoying today's stream whilst eating breakfast, and why not? J-Ro, good morning and welcome. Hope you're good. Love how busy this little airport gets. Plenty of action if you come at the right time of day. Next departure then, lined up and ready to go on an A319-100. EasyJet flight 2453 to Faro.
Ryanair 76 Mike Lima, Luton, good morning. Tango is now currently number 2 with a range of 25 miles. Descent to altitude 5,000 feet, UNH 1007.
Nice and noisy. Quickly round for the next arrival then. This is Wizz Air inbound from Aviation. Private jet next out. No information from me on this one. Share it in the live chat if you know. Couple of EasyJets following this one. Now let's see, that's going backtrack for full length. Is the EasyJet ready to go before it? This EasyJet is off to Athens. Sneaky. Ian Finley, very good morning to you. Let's catch this corporate jet departure. Lined up and ready. Mark Abraham reminiscing on the once glorious spotting area here at Luton before the massive redevelopment. It was absolutely fantastic.
Okay, 007, turn right, heading 095.
Very nice. It's one of those if only moments, isn't it? Prague is a destination for this EasyJet Airbus A320-200.
Flight 34 Delta Mike, turn left heading 305. Heading 305, I'll find it for that. Okay, 007, 830.
Quickly from departure to arrival then, in from Dublin, this is Ryanair flight 332 on a 737-800. Giving it welly falls of reverser. Typically fast approach speed from the 737. On the screens now, Wizz Air flight 3302, this is an A320-200, destination Cluj. I can see off camera the ghosty Wizz Air that we caught coming in earlier has turned around and is ready to go again, or fueled up, ready to depart for Craiova.
Frontier 007, turn right, heading 170 degrees. 007. With multiple Golf uniform, speed 180 knots. Speed 180 knots,
David Bone, very good morning to you. Welcome along. Great autumn conditions here in Luton. Years of age, this leased Wizz Air A320.
Alpine 34 Delta Mike, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, turn left heading 125. Frontier 007, contact the tower, full sign only, 132.1555, goodbye. 132.1555, Alpine 34 Delta Mike, speed 180 knots. 80 Alpine Delta Mike.
Always nice to catch a ghostie. So there's there on your screens, taxiing for departure. Meanwhile, we have one on finals. That is flight 6001 inbound from Rome. And this Bandit Mast A320neo will be heading off to Timisoara. Sean, yeah, a lot of people watching these streams are local and mention the same. It's quite fun, isn't it? Sue Glover, good morning to you. Looking forward to the DHL arrival. They always look enormous here, don't they, amongst the Wizz and EasyJet Airbuses and the Ryanair 737s. Sounds awful. I have to check it still has its wheels down. Scraping down the runway. Deary me. Another Wizz making its way out. Ian Finley, thank you for the information on that Falcon. Another one that wasn't showing for me here this morning. Luton bringing us the action thick and fast this morning, keeping me on my toes.
Put off via the 25 threshold, sir. Via the 25 threshold, understood, Golf 57. Sorry, sir, I will look to the zone, sir.
Nice smooth Wizz Air touchdown. A little bit more breeze around now, but nothing to worry anybody here. Ian Finley, thank you for joining us, albeit briefly this morning. Have a great day. Catch you again soon. Full length departure then for Wizz Air flight 5313. This one's off to Hurghada. Another one out, one in. About to land now. EasyJet flight 7252 from Palma. This one an A320-200. Next arrival, Wizz Air 3001 inbound from Bucharest. Before that though, a Wizz outbound to Sofia. Fantastic. It's amazing how quickly these big jets can come to a stop when they need to. Next departure will be EasyJet 2659 to Basel, as we watch the latest Wizz Air taxi in for departure. That one an A321neo heading off to Krakow. Fiki Shanners, yeah, always plenty of Wizz Air action here at London Luton Airport. I don't know who has the most movements actually on a daily basis, Wizz or EasyJet. It'll be pretty close between them. See that quite a lot, as we did with that EasyJet there, where they're obviously too heavy to come in at this intersect point for departure, but not so heavy that they still need all the runway, so you get that nice earlier rotation. So number one to depart, lining up now, off to Krakow, A321neo. This is Wizz Air flight 2002. You can see that the DHL from Frankfurt is properly up in the air, half an hour out from here at Luton. There you go, JP Mac. It's warmed up to a truly tropical 6 degrees Celsius. Feels absolutely fine, to be honest. I'm layered up and there's next to no wind, so you can still feel the sun at this time of year, just about, which is always nice. Lining up for departure to Gdansk on this A321neo. This is Wizz Air flight 1602. Lanzarote destination for this latest EasyJet A320neo departure. We'll catch a glimpse in a second of numbers 2 to depart. That is the TUI position in flight. That's only heading off to Nottingham, so very short flight for the TUI 737 MAX 8.
Good morning, link Q&A 1007, squawk 4670. With due descent to altitude 3000 feet. Descent altitude 3000 feet. So 1212. right heading 170 degrees, safe there. 170 degrees.
Tui looking really clean and smart in the autumn sunshine. Couple of Wizz Airs taxiing for departure. DHL pushing back. Lovely to see. Nice big Airbus A300. That'll be heading off to Milan when ready. Proper workhorse, 31 years old, that DHL pushing back. Two Wizz Airs ready in for departure. Number 1 to go will be off to Katowice, A321neo, and number 2 heading to Poznan. Just looks absolutely enormous against that small terminal building, doesn't it? Both EasyJets, both Wizz Airs, should I say, holding for a Jersey inbound Cessnatisation. That is NetJets. .38-minute hop over from Jersey. Super smooth landing from the citation. Joining the back of the queue for departure is this Ryanair that's heading off to Kaunas. A sneaky little corporate, barely visible from our position here. Number 4 to depart. Looks like our next arrival will be the Tel Aviv inbound LL 737-800. That one looks to be sporting the newer livery. 11 minutes out for the LL. And the Cessna making more noise on taxi than it did on touchdown. That was a super quiet, smooth touchdown just then. There's Wolves checking in. Morning Lorraine, hope you're well, apart from the power cuts of course. Nice to have you with us again. Off into the super clear skies above Luton. Poznan departure for this A321 Neo, flight 5389. Lovely queue for departures. We've got the Wizz, Ryanair, Corporate, another Ryanair, and then another Wizz. Of course, we've got the Beast A300 of the DHL freighter. That's about to start taxiing for departure also. Ryanair to Kaunas next to go.
Golf, no ATC restriction, turn left heading 245. 245, must be reservation, that's 131. Allow 311, descend to altitude 3,000 feet. 3,000, allow 311.
Nice stripy skies on departure from the wispy clouds. And then we have our beast freighter, the A300 of DHL, off to Milan. NetJet citation latitude, destination Hamburg.
Allow 311, speed 165 knots to 5 miles. 2 times to 5, allow 311. Postman 13 Golf, descend to altitude 6,000 feet to next 1008. Altitude 6,000 feet to next 1008, Postman 13 Golf. Allow 311, contact Luton Tower, course in only 132.555, goodbye. 32.555, allow 311, good day.
Can't wait for that one to rotate and go. Absolutely awesome. Ryanair next out. This one's 737 MAX 8 off to Kerry. Should have the touchdown of the El Al from Tel Aviv after this Ryanair departure.
You want to Bravo uniform, turn left heading 285. Heading 285 if you want to, Bravo. Postman 1 for Golf, speed now 220 next full left. 5 miles, 10 knots, 3,000 feet.
Ryanair with the longest takeoff roll of the day so far. Literally no more runway left when that one rotated.
You want to Barbie inform turn left heading 255. 255 if you want to drive it.
Super noisy LHRLive. Do like that newer livery, bit more colour going on. This is Wizz Air 1302 heading to Warsaw. Yet another Cessna citation. Next to depart, we've got the DHL inbound from Frankfurt, next to arrive. Citation operated by Lux Aviation is off to Kemble. Another incredibly short flight. You can see the landing lights of the DHL inbound in the distance off to the right. Looking forward to that one touching down.
Bravo uniform, turn right heading 225, cleared out approach runway 25. Under heading, cleared out 25, 212.
Dan Anderson, very good morning to you. Nice to have you with us. Hope you're well.
19 Delta Foxtrot, descend towards you 6,000 feet, finish 1008. Descend Delta 6,000 feet, finish 1008, easy 19 Delta Foxtrot. 5986, identify the basic service pass message. Basic service, output 4 to on board LT to Rochester. We're looking at the zones from the south up to just north of M1 junction 10 to 07 Quest, travel back to higher out to the south.
It's getting very close.
Just confirm your level. 586, thank you. You are clear to enter control airspace, VFR not about to 1,500 feet in the interior hold.
Never in doubt, was it? You don't train to operate the tower at Heathrow by being overly cautious with your separation here at Luton or anywhere else. DHL next in then, the aircraft in the background is EasyJet 2640 inbound from Jersey.
219 Delta Foxtrot and 10 towards 5,000 feet. Delta Foxtrot.
Very nice. So as one DHL departs the runway, the other enters. This one heading off to Milan. Absolutely awesome. So a nice taxi turn and burn for the DHL off to Milan, followed very quickly by the Jersey inbound EasyJet. Lots of very short flights out of Luton this morning, this VistaJet. Another corporate joining the queue. EasyJet and Ryanair to go after the VistaJet Challenger 605.
Clear, now about 2,400 feet, all 2 miles north of Luton Airport, possibly.
Lovely and busy here still at Luton. Typical weekday morning rush. 1 on the runway, waiting for clearance. 4 in the queue to go. EasyJet, Ryanair, Corporate and a Wizz. George Edward, very good morning to you. Yeah, shame there's no Monarch around anymore. There was sort of a hint at renaissance, wasn't there, for Monarch a couple of years back maybe. A few renderings appeared and then nothing. Awesome speed on that departure. Rocketing along the runway past our position here. Luton aircraft all holding for this latest arrival from Amsterdam on an A320neo. This is EasyJet 2512. People in the chat loving the double A300 for DHL, 1 in and 1 out. Always great to see. We caught a 1 in 1 out with DHL a few weeks back as well, didn't we? Absolutely brilliant. Glasgow is the destination for this latest EasyJet A320neo. The Ryanair that is number 2 to depart will be heading to Dublin on a 737-800. Love it, just not bothered at all by the aircraft. Backtracking private jet next to go. Can't give any information on this one. It's been a theme this morning, hasn't it, for the private stuff? Sometimes you get plenty of information on most of them as they come and go, but not today. Beastie beast. The second person we've had on today's stream on board an aircraft watching the show. Brilliant. About to touch down in Melbourne. Safe landing, Beastie beast. Okay folks, so it looks like we're going to head into another one of Luton Airport's lulls after this next departure. So we're going to make this our last catch of this morning's show. For those of you that were with us earlier on, I did mention that we'd be wrapping things up here around 10 AM, but I don't want to hang on if there's not a lot going on, so we'll catch this last one. Do make sure your notification bells are on, because we're going to try and do something a little bit different, a little bit special at tea time today, a second live stream. I'm not at all sure that we'll get the signal we need to do it, but I'm going to head over to the secret location and hopefully we can bring you a tea time show as well. So it'd be great to have you with us for that. Stay tuned. If you haven't hit the like button and you've enjoyed today's show, please do consider doing so. It's free and it's one of the easiest ways to help the channel grow. Well, there we go folks, that is our Luton Airport show wrapped for today. As I said, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you these visuals. Awesome sunrise yet again. Thank you so much for those who gifted memberships and that have hit the like and subscribe button throughout today's show. It's been absolutely fantastic. Sky Squad enjoying the audio today. Yeah, I took some of your advice, Sean, actually. Changed that up a little bit, made things a bit more streamlined, so hopefully that's working. Right, we're going to call it a day before I waffle on too much. Take care, folks. Keep those alerts on, and we'll hopefully see you for something different and successful this evening. Take care, everybody.